Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through the Essendon vs Hawthorn round 1 game, in which Essendon, through sheer weight of, it was Hawthorn had the sheer weight of numbers in terms of scoring shots. Hawthorn actually had 6 more scoring shots, but they ended up going down by 24 points. So it was Essendon's supreme accuracy and them just being able to, keep Hawthorn at bay and never really let Hawthorn get away. I think the biggest lead Hawthorn had was about 10 points. And in the end, Essendon just overran them with their young midfield in the end. Even though Hawthorn do have a young midfield, they're missing Will Day, and that Will Day saga continues to go on for longer and longer. It seems like his injury timeline just extrapolated a little bit. So for those people that have Newcomb, yes, he absolutely sucks, but I would give it another week, because there is a massive chance that Newcomb goes off and goes 120 next week, and I would just have faith in what you thought pre-season, is what I'll say throughout this whole 7 other videos for game reviews, is that have faith in what you had in pre-season, unless it is unless it is a logical reason to change. So that is basically the whole premise of rounds 1, 2, 3, and 4, is sticking with what you decided in pre-season and just changing and getting those cash generating. It is flipping on cash generating assets, basically, is what we're trying to do. And the premiums, you hold firm. We saw it with Laird round 1 last year. He scored a 57. He went on to average like 118 the rest of the year. So stick with Newcomb, I would say. But anyway, before we get into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into the video. So Archie Perkins, 130. I am not going to go near him because him and Jai Caldwell have very similar roles, in my opinion, in that one of them is going to pop each week, but I have a feeling it's going to go almost Perkins 1 week, Caldwell the next, Perkins, Caldwell, and there's also, I don't know if Hobbs doesn't look like he'll come back in the side, but he could. So I'd say that. So that's why I think he is a red flag at this moment. But if he pops off again and is around 700k, then you can just trade someone to get up to him. It's not too worrying. And I don't think it'll be too damaging, because look at his look and watch his percentage, like his team selected percentage, his ownership, because that'll tell you when to jump on and what week to jump on. It'll fly up now to, what is it? It's like 0.3. Perkins, here we go. You'll see here 0.32% owned. He will probably fly up to 2% owned. Then if he has another good week, he'll fly up to like 8% owned. And then if he has another good week, so, you can almost let him ride 3 good weeks before you have to jump on. That's how a good position he's in, because he'll only go at 40k. And 40k is to 670, is it something like that? Where's Perkins? Yeah, to 650k. Next week, if he goes and scores 100, he'll go up 80k. So you can probably get him for 730k, and you'll have a good sighter on what he's done in the last 2 weeks of like 100 of an average of 115. So I'm not jumping on just yet. Merritt 125 without McGuinness in the side, he did well, and tagging him. So did he have anything in the last? 31 in the last, even with the tag. So yeah, he's just a gun. Setters 115. He could take the game away from us, honestly, but I don't think he's that much owned, to be honest with you. Setterfield, he is 0.26% owned, so similar principle to Perkins. He's not going to get away from you. McGrath did great, but that is McGrath to a T. He's going to have these type of games. Martin had a brilliant first half, then just forgot to play football in the third quarter. If he picks up in the third quarter, that's a 110. And then also for Supercoach, he had a horrific start. So yeah, that was really poor from him, but still 93 isn't bad for a mid-pricer. Yes, Crouch did outscore him by 25 points, but that is one game sample. Martin's role looks a lot more inducive for scoring, and so yeah, I'm not too worried about that. Stringer, Goldstein, Redman 75. He just isn't going to be valuable, I don't think. Heppel, Durham, Cox, Caldwell, Kelly, Langford, Guelphy, Wright, Mackay, Gresham, Dersma, McKenzie. Sardis came on as a sub and did really, really well. He's going to dip in value a little bit, but he looks really good for his tog that he had. I think he had about 40% tog, 45% tog, and it went and he ended up scoring 43. So yeah, really, really happy with the look of Sardis, but he's not getting away from us in terms of his average or anything, because I hope that either this season or next season we can actually pick him up, because I would like to see him not start sub. And then Reed is pretty much a trade out for me because his cash gen has stopped and we need to fix that up. Unless there's something or other that I can do to get an Ollie Dempsey or something like that in, through maybe a Jai Clark, if Reed does actually get up in the end for next week, as it was only hamstring awareness. It wasn't actually a strain or a tear as we know it. But we'll wait and see on the injury reports on that one. Dylan Moore, 99, he looks the part, but the good thing is that he is 1.8% owned as per this DT Live, and let's just check if that is accurate here. So Moore is, let's just check, 4% owned, so he is a little bit higher percent owned, 4%, but he's not going to get away from you just yet, and you've got sort of 2 rounds before he sort of gets away from you, but it was only a 99, so it's not the end of the world. Next you have the likes of D'Ambrosio and 94, 51 break even. He is the perfect switch for Buderick. You are basically getting what you want out of Buderick in the likes of D'Ambrosio. I just want to check Buderick. Buderick had a break even of 6 and he went like 25, so he'll go up another. What's that? He'll go up to like 520. So that might be a direct swap, but D'Ambrosio is going to have like a 6 or 10 break even or something like that. So I would be making that move there for D'Ambrosio, as D'Ambrosio, with the way he looks in the system, he could make cash quickly. MP 91, he did basically, they were stopping Amon from doing anything. So that's why I don't think Amon was the pick. Warple 85, 86 break even. McDonald 84, he looked really good, and I was worried about this. He was starting to get up the ground, and it looks like that wing roll could be a possibility. So McDonald 84, it's one that you may have to ride, and that's the thing that sucks about early on in the season, is there's so many good picks for like cash generation that you're like, that guy did one, but it's 1 week. Remember, it is 1 week, and McDonald, it isn't that damaging, I don't think, as I don't think he was that far owned, as he didn't get the midfield time. Just under a percentage owned, so not going to be that damaging, him going 84. Nash 83, Amon 80, Weddle 75. Ginnivan had a massive first half, but then did nothing in the second. Chol subbed out in the 65, not really fancy. Relevant Gunston, Ward 62, Newcomb 62, and this is, he just sucked to this game, but he could easily go back to his best. We saw it in the practice game, he go 1-2-7. He could easily do that in a game next week. Who do they have next week? I don't have any Hawks, but I'll check through here. They've got the Demons next week. Demons are letting a big, bulky mid sort of score, so I wouldn't be surprised if Newcomb goes big. So just hold firm with Newcomb at the moment. He could easily fire, and that's why you hold premiums to, as 1 game sample size is not going to be relevant for the whole season. Yes, he may lose a little bit of cash, but I wouldn't jump ship early. I'd be fixing up your rookies, because that is where you gain the big cash, is getting the rookies fixed up. Then we go down, Lewis, Bruce, Reeves. I put the ultimate mocker on him. I forgot what it was, but I put out the thing saying he was dominating Goldie, and then at quarter time, and then proceeded to, if you look at here, 1 kick, 1 handball, another kick, another handball, another kick. He had, I believe it was 19 more hit-outs, no more tackles, no more marks, and only another 4 disposals or 5 touches. Yeah, ultimate mocker on him. He put only on another 22. So yeah, that was a shocker, and I thought he was dominating Goldstein, and Goldstein came out in the second half and absolutely dominated him. Well, after quarter time, absolutely dominated him. You can sort of see the splits here, 27-13, 20, and then 9-8-5 for Reeves. So yeah, Meek could easily come in here and destroy Reeves' position here. But anyway, Hardwick went down back as well, and he just didn't look... He's a lockdown defender, not going to be fancy relevant. McKenzie thought he did a lot better than his 41, but if you look here, it's understandable why I thought that, because he laid 0 tackles, it looks like here. 0 tackles and 1 mark. So all his so he did no non-disposal work, and that's the big kicker for a mid or a wing, is getting those 6 marks, or getting those sort of 6+ marks and tackles combined, and he had 1. That is why he was so low. If he didn't have, if he had the non-disposal work, that's a 65 there, and that's not even that bad. So, yeah, that was just bad from Mackenzie, but I'm glad that I didn't go there in the end and went, as he was probably going to be almost the one that I went for, which is a good thing to stay away from that, as Sardis was sub, so I would have probably gone Mackenzie or Fife, and either could do well, Fife could do well, but he could also drop a 50 or a 60, and it looks pretty bad. But anyway, Mackenzie, you're probably jumping off him and jumping onto someone else now. Frost, Scrimshaw, Watson was never a pick. We knew that as a small forward. He didn't get a goal in the end, got it behind, I believe, somewhere. No, that's looking at Frost. I want Watson, thank you. Got 3 behind, so no goals 3, and ended up with a 32, just beating his break even. And then the fall of the round for losses in terms of the guy who's going to lose the most is going to be Sicily. It's minus 74, which is going to be probably a minus, probably 55k, 60k on his price. So he's probably going to be priced at like 880, also 885. And yeah, so he's going to drop massively, and he's going to have like a 160 break even if he gets 100 next week, which I don't really think he will. Then he'll go and drop another sort of 40k. So I think he could easily, off the back of this performance, drop 100 to 150k very, very quickly. So anyway, and then McGuinness came on as a sub and got 14 in basically the last quarter. So that is the video there, a shorter video, trying to keep these ones short so I can get them out to you. But that is the video of the Essendon versus Hawthorn game, and I'll see you guys in the next recap. Bye, guys.